Wait, I don't have the TV to look at it.
Hey guys.
Hi.
It's Barb
Robin.
from Halfway to Sane. I know we're a little bit behind the case of Josh Duggar. Don't know if you know who he is or about what's going on. We were going to do a video about it right away when all the news came out, but we decided to wait a little bit just to see, I guess, if more news or whatever comes out and whatever. But we'll go over some articles that are on the internet and we'll kind of explain the situation.
Yeah, it's not a good situation, so if you have any sensitivity to any of this, what's the letters SSA?
CP,
Yeah.
CA.
Yeah, any sensitivity to that, you might not want to watch with, what do you say?
I don't know, but just know that there's a lot of sensitive information here. So
Yeah.
if you're sensitive to any kind of abuse at all, then you may not want to watch it. So you might, check out our channel another day when we're posting something different. But right now it's going to be about Josh Duggar and the CP case that he has going. That's the latest allegation that is against him. We have an article that was brought up on May 6th of this year that he is free on bail on his CP case. One day after Homeland Security Investigations Special Agent Gerald Faulkner called the illegal downloads on the father of six computer the worst of the worst. Literally the worst of the worst that you can imagine of children in
Under the age.
way under the age. We're talking as young as 18 months old.
Yes.
That's disgusting. I don't care who you are. That's disgusting. And he needs to go to prison for a long, long time. There was over 1,000 exploitation cases in the last 11 years that his detention hearing was on November 19th. They had a raid at his Springdale, Arkansas used car lot. Forensics analysis of the recovered devices was an HP desktop, a MacBook laptop, and an iPhone. And they said there was more than 200 images depicting CP on all of his devices.
And his wife still supports him.
Yeah, I really don't understand Anna, his wife, why she's sticking by his side. From what I've been gathering on other people's sites is that the cult that they're in kind of brainwashed the females, and the fact that they just need to abide by their husbands and stand by them no matter what. They instill in them that it's against God's wishes or against the Bible if you go for divorce or leave your husband. It's, they brainwash them that they're not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
And if you see his mugshot, he's got a smirk on his face.
Yeah, it's great. It's kind of a smirk like, you got me, now what?
You got me, I'm gonna get off, so
yeah,
no biggie.
But I don't understand how he would be able to get off. Here's some information about how he came about downloading these things.
Yeah,
right?
It's actually, I never knew that.
I never knew it either. Apparently on his desktop he had what's called a Linux partition installed on that desktop computer. The partition divides the hard drive into two computers in one with a hidden password protected area. Also a Tor browser, which is a special browser used to search the dark web anonymously. They were installed on the partition or a hidden part of the computer. So when Josh set up this computer, he had an app called Covenant Eyes, which he had his wife Anna listed on, so she would be able to see anything that he was doing on the computer.
Right.
But since he had his computer divided into two partitions, he was doing the illegal stuff on one side, and him and Anna were only seeing the other side that he set up. So she had no idea, I guess, that this was going on. I don't understand how she could be so blind to everything. I mean, this man was caught several years ago, with prostitutes and I don't believe for a second she thought he was being a faithful husband and just working all the time like he was making her believe. Also, Anna is pregnant with their 7th child. I'm not sure how far along she is right now, but I know she's in the latter part of her pregnancy. So she's got a lot on her plate right now.
Yeah.
He was released on bail to a non-family member who has promised to watch him, make sure that he isn't doing anything.
Like there's no access to internet, there's no phone for him to get to. This is what they say.
Right. Also, though, he is allowed unlimited visits to his wife and his children. So she's allowed to go over to that house and spend as much time there as she wants to with her children. I have a hard time believing that this man was doing the things he was doing outside of his home and not doing things inside the home as well. I'd be horrified to learn that he did anything to one of his own children.
That'd be nasty. That'd be,
I mean, that's just disgusting to think about. I can't stand this man. I have not liked him probably from the beginning of their 19 Kids and Counting show. He just has an arrogance about him. Very much like his father, Jim Bob Duggar. He is so arrogant as far as I'm concerned. That's my opinion.
I didn't watch the show. I refused to. I thought it was stupid.
He literally said, let me back up a little bit, I'm sorry. Several years ago, he confided to his parents that he had molested several of his sisters. And his father literally said, he's just a curious boy. There was no harm in anything that he did. I don't understand that. I don't understand how parents can allow those type of things, not make your child accountable for what they've done.
And get him help.
Right. They sent him away. They made it sound like he was going somewhere for rehabilitation therapy, and that's not what it was at all. He just went and stayed somewhere with a the gentleman was a retired police officer or
yeah, that's right.
detective. I don't have his name pulled up right now, but he literally only talked to him, and I don't know, what type of conversations they had with this gentleman, but that was his therapy. He didn't go to a licensed therapist or psychiatrist or anything of the sort. It was simply talking to this detective. He basically gave him a slap on the hand and said, boo-hoo, don't do this. Which, by the way, later on, this detective also was arrested on CP charges. He is currently in jail So I don't understand this whole cult thing. It's disgusting. If you would like more information on the cult or on this Josh Duggar case, I watch Without a Crystal Ball. Katie is fantastic, pulling up news and articles, and has explained everything from the very beginning, has her timeline down pat. So if you want more information, I would suggest maybe checking out her site.
What is it again?
Without a Crystal Ball.
Okay.
Yeah. Her name is Katie. And she's wonderful. So I would suggest, check her out a little bit. I'm sorry, I have dry mouth today. Too much talking.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into that. Excuse us a second. Do you have anything to talk about in the meanwhile?
Not really. This guy is just sick. That's all. I mean, but to be able to split your screen on your computer into two different computers and use the same password is like amazing to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know that existed.
He literally tried to play off that he was the one that downloaded these images, that it was ex-employee, but he couldn't give this employee's name or where he can be found or anything of the sort. But they've proven that Josh was the one who...
Well, yeah, it was his IP address.
It was his IP address. He used the exact same password for downloading those images as he did his own personal things. The exact same password. So
everything that he has a password set on, he uses the same one.
Yeah. So he pretty much... I don't see how he's going to get out of this. From what I understand, the minimum amount that he could be in jail for is, I think, I heard Katie say it was 20 years.
20 years, and then if he has an offense on top,
right,
something happens besides that, it's an additional 10.
Right.
So, who knows how many years he could actually get. And it's no parole, right?
Right. Right.
So, we have to stick together and cross our fingers that he gets what's coming.
He needs to be put away. And I just want to read this part here that I came across. It says, a search warrant of Duggar's business was executed on November 8th. Agents spoke with Duggar, saying he asked them at one point, before they even revealed what they were searching for, what is this about? Has someone been downloading CP on my computer? And at the time, he was not arrested during the raid. He said he was familiar with the peer-to-peer file sharing networks and acknowledged that his devices probably had them, as well as the dark web browser on it. And he declined to provide computer passwords, but the agents took the 3 devices for forensic analysis. The first report came back in March of 2020, and over 200 images were flagged as CSA material involving naked minors engaging in sexual activity. Many were located on unallocated space on Duggar's computer, meaning that they were deleted but remained on the hard drive. It makes me sick. And like I said earlier, the youngest one was 18 months old and it went up to 12 years old. So we're talking little children here.
Babies.
He said in his 11 years, Faulkner said in his 11 years of doing this, and the thousands and thousands of CP images and videos that he has unfortunately had to see, this series ranks in the top 5 of the worst that he ever had to examine. Meaning, Josh is a sick individual.
Yeah.
He needs to be put away. There is not a child that would be safe around him, including his own children. Just disgusting. I find it disgusting that he's allowed to have visits with his wife and his own children.
And they're bringing a new one into the world.
Yeah. I mean, she's probably due at any time now. I don't know if she's maybe 7 months pregnant or somewhere around there. I'm not 100% sure. But he has electric monitoring and is, like you said earlier, is banned from using the internet or looking at the P word. Back in 2015, when he admitted that he had done some, not incest, when he was doing things to his sisters that he shouldn't have been doing, their show was canceled at that time. But they were able to come back on. That show was called 19 Kids and Counting. They canceled that show. And then they came up with another show called Counting On, which was just with the sisters, basically. It was basically their show. So I guess that's how they kind of got away with, having another show. I don't think they should have been allowed to do that. But, I have no say in anything, obviously.
Yeah. Well, we can say it all we want.
Yeah, we can say it all we want, but...
He publicly apologized to his wife, Anna, saying he was the biggest hypocrite ever. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, his jury trial for this case that he was arrested on is scheduled to begin July 6th, day after my birthday. Woo-hoo. I will be paying attention to what's going on there. I'm really hoping that he gets the maximum amount of time put away, not the minimum time. This man needs to spend the rest of his life in prison, as far as I'm concerned. That's my opinion. If you've seen any of our past videos, you know some of the things that I've been through, so that's another reason why we waited so long to do this video. It was just very difficult for me to try and stay on track and just read what's going on with this gentleman. He's not a gentleman, he's a piece of crap. But we will be following the trial. I don't know if it's going to be, there'll be cameras or anything, but however the news comes out, we'll be following it, because I want to make sure that this SOB gets put away for
Absolutely.
the rest of his life. Just disgusting. And this